Good everyone, I'm going to do this video today. It's a review on the Russian P-39K 1. Now obviously with the upcoming, most likely upcoming sale of Pokrishkin's P-39N, I figured I'd want to get a Cobra review, well a K review, and then you can choose between the two. Obviously I've changed the schedule, as you can, well, if you're in the Discord server, you'll obviously know that. I've put this review after Pokrishkin's chat. There's a good reason for that, because I figured if I'm gonna get Pokrishkin's Cobra, I might as well review the the more, shall we say, available Cobra, and obviously I can review Pokrishkin's later down the line, and you can maybe see if next time it comes around, it could be worth your time. So the Russian P-39K essentially takes a P-39N, and that's really it. It's essentially a P-39. It feels very much like a P-39N, and it feels a bit heavier in the wings, as I've already stated before. And that's due to the 30 cals and obviously the fuel being in the wings. Now, in terms of fuel, you're going to want to take either 20 minutes or 30 minutes, depending on the map. You don't want to take full tank, trust me, you don't. This thing will handle like a brick with a full tank of fuel, and obviously being fully loaded with ammunition. And also, split your guns. Have your main caliber guns, such as the 50 cals and the 30 cals, set to your left mouse button, and the 37 set to your right mouse button, or whatever you prefer. This seems to work for me. This is how I typically fly the K, and it seems to work best that way. In this battle, if I remember rightly, this is the one where I had to carry, because the team was too busy discussing politics. That's to put it simply. And the P-39K is an excellent performing aircraft. It really does turn nicely, it really does dive nicely, it climbs nicely, and just overall, it's one of those aircraft that I personally feel is worth your money. 1,000 Golden Eagles, you get a good mix of ammo load, and to be honest, this aircraft is definitely worth your time. However, towards the end of me flying this aircraft, I got a bit unlucky. 3 deaths, 31 air kills, no ground targets, which is rare for me. Normally I tend to go for a couple of ground targets, but not in this case. And it's an excellent aircraft, and I just really think this is worth the money. It's 1,000 Golden Eagles. I think this thing's worth the money. Now, if you don't fancy flying a Cobra and you have a bit more dollar in the bank, get the Starling Bolt. Now, the Starling Bolt, unfortunately, is played by a fight in Sweden now, but in Ground Forces it'll come in handy. So that's my phone going off if you can hear that. Terribly sorry. But if you're looking for something a bit cheaper, the P40 would be a good choice. The Hurricane would be an alright choice. And even if you're looking for something a bit lower tier, the Tsukovsky's Chaika is perfectly acceptable. But yeah, the P-39K is an excellent aircraft. I really enjoyed flying it. And yes, this is the one where I had to carry the team because they're too busy being political. I really don't get why. Because, like, to me, politics is boring. It's like flipping Brexit. Like, all I ever saw on the news was just freaking Brexit. But hey, that's just how it is sometimes. So it's quite a short battle, but as you saw there, I got quite a few kills. And yeah, I had to carry because these freaking idiots just kept discussing politics. Oh dear. But yeah, this aircraft combines a decent rate of climb, a decent turn, decent firepower, and to be honest, it's just a good all-rounder. And that's the thing, like, that's what appeals to me. Obviously, because I'm a good Cobra pilot, I like this sort of aircraft. And I'm just gonna put in the chat, like, what this dude here in the Wellington, the Mark 10 Wellington, which God help him, he starts going on about premium maps and premium game modes. And I'm like, it's just silly, like, that would not work. And I just don't get And you can just see what's going on here. Just the sheer amount of huge explosion in the chat, and I really love. I'd love to see what kind of chat these lot had after the game, let alone during the game. Like, I'm not going to show all the chat, but they're on about politics. They're on about bloody game modes being premium, more premiums and things like that. I just didn't understand it. So there's a Russian guy down there in that Ju-87. He was getting a bit annoyed at people in the chat. And, well, I figured if I'm going to piss off anyone, I want to piss off the Russian, because, well, he's going to get gutted by a Russian Cobra. I crit that 109 there, and this is where the 37 kicks in. Hits the tail and completely blows the Stuka's tail off. Doesn't get a kill, obviously, because it only blew the elevators off, but he's going to crash very shortly. Obviously, I did crit that 109 earlier, that HQ Fox guy. And, well, he's trying to dogfight when his engine's fucked, and it really didn't work out for him. Stuka goes in, and the 109 is just about burned down. There he goes, second kill. But, again, that J21 there, he attempted to dogfight a Focke-Wulf at low speed when the Focke-Wulf had the altitude and speed advantage. So the Focke-Wulf just turned inside of him and cut him in half. Team does kill the Focke-Wulf though, so that's always nice. If I'll just briefly show the chat again. I mean, look at this. Trump will win and stuff like that. Like, Jesus Christ. And at this point, I was actually panicking because the zero's just gotten on my tail. But really, I didn't need to panic. A zero isn't that big of a deal. Especially nowadays, since the gun's such shit on it. But I blow the 110 to pieces on the way through. And what's cute is he's firing his cannon trying to pretty much get me to manoeuvre sharply. But I'm doing very slight manoeuvres, and obviously the Cobra is much better at low altitude than the Zero. And you can see I'm starting to pull away from him. If you look at the Zero's airspeed, there's no way he's catching up, and he soon realises that a teammate has actually dropped in on his tail. He loses an aileron, and this is where I pull the Cobra into the vertical, and I bring it around. And obviously I'm rolling the Cobra to try and get a shot. I score a crit there, I'm not sure what I crit. It turns out to be the right flap, even though I don't think it was the right flap, looking at that. And there goes kill number 4. But again, P-51 dove in and tried to steal that, and he crashed for it. But look, they just keep going on about forbidden politics and premium stuff. Like, I'm not being funny, right? The Wellington did what he could. I mean, he didn't even kill the base, but the rest of the team is just fannying around. I'm having to clean up after these idiots. So I pulled the shots up here into this 109E, and I'm just thinking, yeah, I've scored a hit, and I actually ended up setting it on fire with that last burst there. Which I was rather happy about. I didn't actually think I scored the fire, I thought someone else did. And as per usual, all the retards want to try and steal it. Oh dear. I-16, BG-33, all trying to fucking steal it. Like, if it's burning, you let it burn. Honestly. But there's my ace anyway, that's kill number 5. And my last kill, I believe, is going to be that 0. I just don't get this sort of team. Like, the I-16 should know better. In fact, he actually lost his engine to that 109 for trying to steal it there, so that's a bit of karma, isn't it? And then the VG should know better, but nope. Don't work that way, unfortunately. But the Zero's coming down here, and he's looking to try and get some shots onto my team. But I'm a nice person. Even though my team has been debatable at best, I'll still help. Set the Zero on fire, I also crit the Zero. And, well, yeah, it's a 0. He explodes, and that's kill number 6. If that doesn't give you an idea of what the Cobra can do in the right hands, I don't know what will. The Cobra is an excellent aircraft. Obviously, if you're looking for a bit more performance and a bit more bang for your buck, you're going to want to go for the P63A5. If you're a bit of a cheaper person, this thing will do you nicely. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's 2 videos. Obviously, the second one was a bit unplanned. This one, obviously. And, well, I'll catch you all on the next one.